I'm going to talk you through a story of how a song like this got 32,000 streams in just under 2.5-3 months. Spotify algorithm is a story that's unfolding in front of your eyes. It doesn't work for every song, but it's worked for this song. And as you can see here from these statistics, it didn't start too well. So I was putting in a very, very low budget of about $5 a day. And as you can see here, it started off at, well, actually, if you look at it in isolation, 200 streams a day isn't too bad. But it wasn't getting the streams all from the ads. All the ads were doing was giving the song some likes, saves, and it was adding the song to some playlists. So for example, if we go and have a look at the playlist ads, you can see here it was adding 21 times to people's playlist, and similar with saves, it was getting the ads were just giving the songs saves. So it's not so much the streams that the ads where the ads give you value, it is the saves and playlist ads, and it's really important. It's also important that they're added to the right playlists as well. They can't just be added to sort of any randomized playlist where there is no link between the song and the playlist, and all the other songs that are in the playlist have nothing to do with your song in terms of their genre or style. So it's really important that you do the ads to give the song some type of place or some type of data that it needs to go into Spotify's algorithm as. It's like telling Spotify, this is my song and this is what it is. And the people that like my song also like this song and this song and this song, and it's feeding information to the algorithm. Now, I've had a lot of songs that do this. So when you do ads, you're almost guaranteed that you will get saves and playlist ads for your songs, but you're not going to be guaranteed that you're going to get growth like this. And there's two ways I got this growth. Firstly, I think that it's because the song itself is better than all my other songs. Some songs have done this, but majority of songs don't. So I think this is a better song. So what does that teach me is to go in and find out what is it about this song that people liked. And I do ask people for feedback all the time, and I've heard some really interesting things. But let's go back to the story. So if we can just see here, these streams with very minimal ad spend we're getting some streams, but the song itself was in a discovery mode. I added it into discovery mode, and it takes a while to get into discovery mode. It takes at least a month before the song can even be eligible. But as soon as it was eligible, I put it in, and early January I put it in, and you can see here that at about this time here, it got a huge discovery mode spike of 642 streams. Now that is significant. Why is that significant? Not so much because of the streams. This is the 12th of January. If we just look at the saves and go to the 12th of January, on that day I got 81 saves. And let's have a look at the playlist ads. Not as many. Let's have a look. 14. So on that day I got quite a lot of saves, some playlist ads, nothing incredible. But what it's telling the algorithm of Spotify is like, hey, we're pushing this song out to radio, to autoplay, but people are saving it and adding it. So people like what we're pushing out. So discovery mode is just the mechanism to get it out there. It's the data that comes later that helps with pushing it. So even after the discovery mode trigger is down, you're still getting more average streams than you would on a normal day without the ads. And then you got another discovery mode trigger here and more here. And then it went down. There's much less discovery mode. But by this point here, in terms of the journey of this song, so many people had added it to their saved songs or their playlists that it was now getting more streams from people's own playlists and saved songs. At about this point here, we started seeing some very little Discover Weekly streams. Now, Discover Weekly will normally get triggered at a popularity score of 30 or more. And I had noticed by going to a website called musicstacks.com, I had noticed that the popularity score had been triggered, or the score of 30 had been triggered because I had got so many radio streams. The radio streams increase the popularity score. Popularity score is simply a measure of how many streams you have very recently. The radio and autoplay triggered discovery mode, and in this kind of period here, the radio didn't go up very much in February. Discover Weekly was the main source of streams at that time. And then we had another trigger, which was last week, and that was Discover Weekly. So you can see here that Discover Weekly is actually a much more potent. If you can get into the algorithm of Discover Weekly, as you can see here, it is quite a lot. And then after that, it calmed down. Discovery Weekly is normally a Monday algorithm, and then it went down. But even though it's going down, it is generally higher than the previous days. The radio figures are very consistently getting between 500 and 700 mark. Then yesterday it went down, and Sunday, so weekends, Saturdays and Sundays are not normally good streaming days. My point is the journey begins with ads, and ads aren't there to give you streams. Ads are there to give you playlist ads and saves. And if you're lucky and they listen to the song a lot of times, or they listen to it up until the end of the song, like complete listening without skipping the song, it will just push your song out. And then if you're even lucky and you get over that sort of 30 Discover Weekly popularity score, then you get Discover Weekly. So it's kind of like the self-fulfilling prophecy, and it doesn't work with every song. It works with the better songs. So I'm going to go out there and say, not all my songs are as good as this song, and I've released loads and loads of songs. Every now and then one does hook. One does catch the algorithm. So you really got to give all of your songs a chance by giving them some ad spend. You don't need to give them a lot. I think this one had $200 in the end of ad spend.